Here we are in Romania District, right?
I know.
This
After
is a place.
your birthday.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So, but anyway. Oh, here we are. It's a Chunky Scone Vegan Bakery.
Vegan bakery.
Yeah, that's right.
Neat.
I'm going to take you in and we're going to meet my friend Oscar. Right? But oh, hey, welcome to Disruptive Podcast, the show where we challenge conventional thinking and explore the new ideas that are shaping our future.
And we're your hosts,
Andrés Tapia.
and Eloiza Domingo. And in this episode, we're going to be diving into the world, exploring the disruption of diet and the food industry. Are we ready?
I'm ready. Let's
Awesome.
go inside.
I'm ready.
Hey.
Hi.
Who's
How are
us?
you? Welcome. I got 2 aprons for you guys.
Yeah?
What?
Yeah, all right. Well, awesome. I can't wait to do some
Scones.
here. All
All
right.
right, guys, over here.
In this episode of Disruptive Podcast, we are spending time with my good friend Oscar Narváez, who is a vegan baker and cook. And we're going to learn more about what he's about as we explore disruption in the world of diet and the food industry.
Indeed.
So good to see you, Oscar,
Good
as
to see you,
always.
Andres.
Yeah, and I want you to meet my friend
Eloiza.
Eloiza.
Thank
Yeah.
you
Nice
for
to meet
coming.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
So my name is Oscar Narváez. I'm the owner and baker of the Chunky Scones Bakery. We're located in Highland Park, Illinois. We make scones here. It's our top seller item. Last year we did 7,000 scones.
Oh my God.
This year we hope to surpass that amount. So hopefully this will amount to more.
The key thing here, Eloiza, is that this is not just scones. I mean, we could talk about scones. It seems like a pretty basic, conventional thing, but these scones are not conventional
No, they're not.
because they are vegan, and veganism is actually disrupting people's diets in a good way, as well as this, they're a challenge to the current thinking about the food industry.
But the thing I think that's really interesting and why, Oscar, we wanted to have you particularly here is because where are you from?
I'm from Mexico City originally. My parents brought us here when I was 15 years old.
And you didn't grow up vegan.
No, of course not. It's
Yeah.
something that I acquired with knowledge of the food system.
I think that's part of what we want, why we're here today.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad.
So tell us a little bit about your vision.
Yes,
here.
so my vision is about changing the way we eat because I think this is a less aggressive approach. Vegans have the bad rep of being very in your face, preaching you basically, telling you have to eat this and drop the burger,
I felt that way. Yeah, I felt that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt judged, right?
Yeah.
But something interesting happened with you because I didn't feel judged with you.
No.
Well, that's the idea, and that's exactly what I do here. Is that I break the ice with food. I mean, my attempt at making delicious food that is vegan and that everyone can eat. That's my approach.
Yeah, I remember having a conversation. Kind of, how do we have everyday veganism?
Yeah.
Meaning that I feel that you, as a disruptor, make veganism
Accessible. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, right. And here we are. We're ready to.
You know what's
access it.
interesting about that is that something that you touched on that I want to do is be able to have you not think about veganism. You're just eating food.
Good food.
I love.
Period.
Yeah,
Nice,
And
that's
to
really
me, once
interesting.
I reach that, to me, I succeed. On a day-by-day basis.
Yeah.
Got it.
I love
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
I love it. So
I
what are we gonna do
love
here?
So we're gonna make what we make best, I believe, is the scones.
Scones.
I already have the premixes. It's a basic recipe. It's the first one that I started doing when I first became vegan, because they're easy, they're versatile. You could do savory, you could do sweet, and they don't take a lot of time to make. We're gonna prove that
Yeah,
here
but the
today.
thing that makes me scratch my head is when it comes to baking, it has to do with animal product. It has to do with milk and eggs and butter. So how the hell are you gonna make scones?
Very easy.
Sure,
Piece of cake.
I don't get it. A piece of cake, a piece of
I
scone?
was gonna say piece of
A
cake.
piece of scone.
What kind of cake?
So look, scones are very simple. We got flour, and I left this on purpose so
Okay.
you guys could see what's in here.
Okay.
So we got flour, flaxseed, it's ground,
Flaxseed. Okay.
flaxseed, baking powder. There is salt in here somewhere too. You don't
Okay.
see it, and there is sugar as well. So 5 ingredients basically, and this is our dry mix. We do this every morning, or sometimes we do it the day before to help us save time. So go ahead and start mixing, Andres, and then Eloiza, let me give you another one.
Yep.
Is there a special vegan kind of?
Oh, is there?
Is
Oh,
there a
let's
veg-
do it.
is there a
there a
vegan
vegan way
whisk?
that you mix?
Is there
No.
No. Okay.
No.
That's a good thing
Dang
about
it.
this.
So there's no
Yeah.
disruption in the technique on that
So
part.
the disruption is done once you give it to the customer.
Okay.
I think that's good enough, guys.
Okay.
And then I'll take the whisks from you.
Okay.
You're not gonna need that
Mine's
anymore.
better.
I'll actually trade you the whisk for a scraper. This is gonna be your next tool. So aside from flour, flaxseed, salt, sugar, baking powder, we also rely on two ingredients, which is plant-based milk, which I already pre-measured for you guys.
Is that like soy? That's like soy milk?
Oat.
Oat milk.
Oat
I
milk.
love oat milk.
No, but I need to understand this thing
Yes.
called plant-based. Because milk doesn't say cow-based.
No, the reason why they do that is to kind of like distinguish yourself from regular milk.
Okay.
And also, there's been a couple lawsuits by big corporations, and I think that's where the disruption comes into place. One example, very quick example, Hellmann's,
Yeah.
they make mayonnaise.
The mayonnaise, yeah.
They put a lawsuit on Just Mayo because they were using the word mayo. So that is a disruption in the shelf, on the shelf of any store. And they don't want people to go like, oh, why does it say just mayo instead of mayo? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So plant-based is just kind of like illustrate
Yeah.
that this is vegan,
Got
vegan,
it.
okay.
Yeah, okay.
as
got it.
opposed to this is the real.
But how many plant-based milks are there?
Oh man, a bunch.
Yeah.
Oat milk, hemp milk, flaxseed milk, cashew milk, coconut milk, almond milk,
Oh, yeah,
oat milk,
I wouldn't have thought.
sunflower milk.
So there are options.
There's a lot of
there's
options.
lots
I
of
don't-
options.
I feel like I'm only used to the ones that, when you get
As,
coffee.
as a matter of fact, I actually make this oat milk.
You
it's,
make
it's
this?
very
This
easy. It's not rocket science. You just need oats and water.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh.
So anyway,
Okay.
this is the milk. It's already pre-measured. 1 cup on each bowl.
Okay.
Go ahead and put it in there. And then I'll take it when you're done.
You made that one? You
I
made
did.
this milk?
I did.
Nice.
And then we're gonna go to the fat component. This is sunflower oil
And this is instead of butter.
instead of butter. Yes, it's 1/4 of a cup. Go ahead, all of it.
This is plant-based too.
Of course, it's a
Sunflower.
plant.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a flour actually. We're gonna go ahead with the scraper. So if you see this part of the scraper, it has like a curvature.
Yeah, it looks like a
So
piece of
it's
bread.
meant to do this, to follow the bowl. So this is the way we're gonna mix.
Okay.
And before you start,
Okay.
Eloiza, is
Yeah.
that
I know.
we're gonna go around the corner, pushing the flour to the middle like that.
Okay.
One thing about scones is that they're like biscuits. They require a lot of technique, and you're not supposed to overmix it.
Okay.
This is the case for scones and biscuits. They're supposed to be soft and fluffy, but hard on the outside. You accomplish that by mixing it, or rather not over mixing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
So we're gonna go very slow in circular motions.
Kind of minimalist. mixing.
Exactly. Don't do it. Take your time. Don't overwork it, and don't stress the dough too much because you're stressing me out right now. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, wait, what?
I'm kidding.
I was like, wait, everybody stop.
Wait, do I do this like this?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh
Exactly.
my gosh, you're totally making me nervous.
Yeah.
Oh man, looks like, if this is a competition, I don't know.
I know. I gotta, like game on. No, but it makes me nervous that you're like you can't over mix it. What does that?
Well, because
actually
we're
mean?
looking for softness. And we're gonna stop there.
Stop
And
there.
then, because I don't want you to overwork the dough. That's the reason why we want to stop.
Okay.
So at this point, we're gonna scrape the scraper with your finger.
Okay.
Make sure there's nothing here, and then we're gonna work by hand.
That's
Oh,
the,
oops.
the favorite part.
Exactly. And then
Okay.
what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab the dough like this, go underneath, and then we're gonna fold towards the middle. And we're gonna repeat that process until it's mixed. Always gentle, not going too crazy with it.
Okay. I feel like I
Folding
need a
motions
step
like this.
stool.
Yeah, you are
I'm
kind of
up on
getting, you're up on your
I'm on my
toes.
tiptoes.
You're on your
Are you
tiptoes.
sure?
So protein is everywhere, basically. It's in plants, it's in animals. Matter of fact, most carnivores get their protein from plants. I mean, when you think of a lion, he eats cows or bulls, whatever, in Africa.
Yeah.
The bulls eat grass to
Yeah.
get the protein. So it's just a different source, a different method of creating protein in your body. But there is protein in plants. Flax, legumes are known to
Yeah.
be high in protein.
Yep.
Garbanzo beans,
Yeah,
lentils, tofu, soy, and nuts are a great source of protein. and grain, wheat. It's also a great source of protein. So protein is everywhere. But we're gonna move into putting the ingredients. I have two here, chocolate chips. These are vegan, from a brand called Enjoy Life, if you care for that.
But what's the difference between a vegan chocolate chip and a non-vegan chocolate chip?
So most chocolate chips contain milk. Most. So we got vegan chocolate chips, and then we got dates and walnuts already chopped. And I know Andres likes this flavor a lot. So I'll let you pick whoever. Feel free to dump. Feel free to dump the whole thing in there, the whole thing.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna show you what to do next.
Okay. Oh, hey.
And then.
They do taste good.
Oh, good.
I know.
Oh, they're amazing. So the way I do it is that I usually flip the dough, make sure the ingredients are on the bottom,
Ingredients are on the bottom. Okay.
and then press with your fist like this.
That's Holland.
And then you're gonna grab the dough,
Okay.
and you're gonna see a lot of ingredients here already in the middle. If necessary, put a little more in the middle, and you're gonna fold, creating a little,
Like a pocket.
like a pocket. And then at that point, I'll give it to you on this, and then keep going.
It's kind of like an empanada.
Exactly, but then you're gonna press. Make sure the chips stay inside.
Stay
Like,
inside.
how about
Yes.
these?
That we're gonna need
Okay.
for the top.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
So I close it up?
Exactly. With all the pressure that you can. You can actually create pressure with your hands. You don't have to use like a,
Oh,
exactly
wow.
like that.
Oh, got
At
it.
that point, when we're done, we're gonna press again against the bowl. This is gonna be the top part.
Wait, do I put this part down or
Yeah.
this part down?
No, the other way.
The
like
other way.
that,
Okay,
yes.
got it.
Then press as hard as you can. There you go. And then we're gonna put it here. One here and then one here.
Okay.
Put them there or there. You can stick all the remains there. And then when it comes to sweetness, sugar, I always put sugar in the raw on top.
Where does that come from, sugar in the raw?
Sugar in the raw is cane sugar.
Okay.
It's just crystallized sugar. This one is vegan. It's actually, that's the name of the brand, Sugar in the Raw.
Yeah, sugar in the raw for like, yeah. I've
So
seen
it's
it.
called turbinado sugar. We're gonna grab a little bit like this, and then we're gonna put it on top, and then we're gonna press against the ball of dough. At that point, we're gonna cut. And I got two trays for you guys here. You don't have to put the whole sugar because it's a lot.
How's that? Is that too
That's
much?
enough. No, that's perfect. That's enough.
Está bien?
Good?
Yes.
Oh, está bien?
Está bien. And then we're gonna cut the scones. I usually do 8 scones out of each of these guys. So I usually cut like this, like this, like this, and like this. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
5,
6, 7, 8. And then if you wanna, go ahead.
Just go ahead and just slice
Yeah,
it.
all the way,
All the way.
all the way. And then we're gonna put 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If it doesn't fall, you can also rip it very gently and then align it here. 4 on each side. And so we're done. We're gonna put these guys in the oven. They bake for 20 minutes.
Can we just note how clean my section is?
That is true.
Can you note how messy mine is?
Woo.
Put a timer for 20 minutes and then we're good.
Awesome.
That's what I do every morning.
You know, you didn't grow up vegan.
No.
And in fact, Mexican culture is full of non-vegan ingredients.
Yes and no. Because of colonization and because of the Europeans coming to this continent, they bring in animals, grazing animals,
Yep.
cows, sheep, goats, you know. I think a lot of people adapted to the Spanish foods and they kind of mix them together with our cuisines, which are more Native American, I want to say. So that's one aspect. The other aspect would be like, in reality, our cuisine as Latin Americans, or I want to say Latin Americans. I'm from Mexico. You know, we're part of Latin America. We rely a lot on veggies, corn being a big staple
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
Chilies, spicy food, and beans. And occasionally they used to hunt, maybe get a turkey, maybe get a deer, fish, frogs, insects, which to this day we still
Yeah,
eat in Mexico.
and that's a lot of protein.
Yeah, indeed. They have a lot of protein too. Cricket powder is being used nowadays.
But modern, let's call it modern, traditional today, Mexican food is not known for
being vegan.
not having meat and a lot of, milk products and fat that comes from animals. And that's what you grew up with, right? Or not?
I think it really depends where you're from, Andres.
Yeah?
Central Mexico, it still, I think, retains a lot of its native. I'm not saying all of them, honestly. But I mean, growing up, I remember my grandma always had beans, black beans,
Oh, okay. So,
coffee, which is not from Mexico originally, it's from Africa, chilies, like salsa, and tortillas.
yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
So, but I am interested in how you became vegan, or why did you pursue veganism?
Yeah.
Because that wasn't part of your family, right?
No. I became vegan after I saw a documentary that really, really made me think about the way we as humans interact with our world and the way we use certain things for our own benefit or our own existence without thinking
Yeah.
about the effects of our decision making when it comes from using soap that you can use every day to shower to food, which is where I'm at. One example will be gelatin, Jello. You know, when you show a kid a box of Jello, he smiles and he thinks it's fun. But if I were to show you how Jello is made,
Yeah.
it would be a different story.
Yeah, it's so true.
So it all began with a documentary that opened my eyes.
Wow.
The documentary is called Earthlings, like being from Earth.
Okay.
Earthlings.
Got it.
And it's a free documentary you can watch online for free. It's narrated by Joaquin Phoenix, who was a great actor.
Yeah.
That shows you the reality of how animal ingredients are produced for our consumption, for our benefit. And it really shows, I mean, I hate to say this, but what we're capable to do as humans.
Yeah.
How evil and mean we can be to other animals.
Wow.
And I have to say that a lot of this bad behavior or bad decisions have to do with ignorance. Because I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know? And I think one part of having this place here, the Chunky Scone, it's breaching that gap.
Yeah.
Opening, like I was saying in the beginning, breaking the ice.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let me tell you about my company. Let me tell you about every time I have a customer here and I interact with them and I chat with them, I try to talk to them. And I don't do it in an aggressive way. Like I said, I talk to them like I'm talking to you right now. And I try to tell them, so where do you live? And so what do you do, you know? And so I kind of like, at the end of the day, I want them to live with a seed.
Yeah.
A seed of consciousness. That's the way I see it.
You know, I
Concept?
think that some of the disruption for me, when I first met you, you brought me to what was it?
My 10-year anniversary.
The 10-year anniversary. And I remember, so Andres didn't tell me that he was bringing me to a vegan fair.
Oh, no?
And I was like, because you
I
were
just-
like,
I had to
you,
kinda sneak her in.
yeah, and he was like,
Surprise,
yeah,
you know.
and he was like, we're gonna eat lunch. So I always knew, I was like, I'm gonna come hungry, right? And then you brought me in and you were like, okay, this is a vegan. I was like, what? Like, I was like, what are we gonna eat, you know? And so the reason I say that, Oscar, is because you talked about how you think that it's through ignorance that people don't. I think it's also two other things, and you said it earlier. I don't think it's gonna taste good, you know?
Right.
And I also don't think it's accessible, meaning it seems to me, and I'm being very stereotypical, that in order for me to access vegan food, I have to go to a certain place and it's gonna be super expensive.
Whole Foods?
Yeah, and it's gonna be
It's
super
gonna be out of the way,
expensive, and
right.
it's gonna be out of the way. So for me,
And
it's like,
complicated to prepare.
absolutely, and for me, I love animals, okay? I would absolutely love, theoretically, you know, to do that. I have it in my head, not only is it not accessible, it's expensive, and I don't, you know, it's gonna be hard. So, I mean, I'd love to hear your thoughts about that, because you and I talked about that a little bit, because I was like, gosh, this food is so good, I would love to do this, but this is gonna be too much.
Ignorance leads to prejudice.
You're right.
And prejudice leads to making assumptions. It's vegan. Oh, it's expensive. This guy, it's out of touch with reality, you know? He doesn't know what he's talking about. If you look at it from a different perspective, that's how I look at it, is what is vegan? An apple is vegan. You eat apples. Everybody eats apples. Yeah. Lettuce. We all eat lettuce.
I eat lettuce.
Carrots.
I ate lettuce today. I ate carrots
lentils,
today.
soy. And you eat these products every day. I guarantee you, if you look at the ingredients of the stuff that you eat, and you look at the plant-based ingredients, I'm gonna tell you they're the majority of them.
So like what, I'm 80% vegan?
I would say so. We just have to push
I'll
you
have to think about that.
We have to push you to 95% now.
Yeah. Are you 100% vegan?
I am, yes.
Okay.
And it comes not only diet, obviously we're talking about diet here, but to me, it's also a philosophy.
Yeah.
Because it's a way it's a perspective, you know? It's an angle from which you look at the world and say, you can, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's not necessary for you to be participant of that cruelty that is being done to beings that have no say in their fate, you know? And if you were to see how those animals are treated, you become vegan. I guarantee it.
Wow.
I guarantee it. From the meat industry, from the egg industry, just those two industries are horrible. They're horrible for the environment, the way they treat the animals, how they raise them for them to become a meal that you're gonna eat. I think everything has a consequence. Every action has a consequence in this world. That's what I believe. If you eat that meat, I think eventually your body is gonna give you the bill. It's gonna pass you the bill.
I want you to go back to philosophy because I've heard you say it very clearly about our relationship to nature. And so how does it influence your veganism? Because there was a thought process there after you saw the documentary about who is serving whom in nature. Can you talk about that?
I think we as humans, we tend to we think of us as the king of the jungle. We're raised in a household where nobody questions anything. You just do as you're told. You see somebody grabbing a steak and you do the same. And I think us not being conscious, I think that's why we behave the way we do, is because I hate to bring this up, but we're kind of like the Matrix. You're born and then you see everything the way it works. You go from point A to point B, you eat this, you dress like this, and you act like this, and you pay taxes, and that's it. You never question anything.
If you go back to conversations you and I had about the roots of your philosophy,
Yes.
that our relationship with nature, and particularly animals, is off. And that one of the reasons for your veganism is that you have a respect and honor at a very profound level toward animals.
I think we all do. We all do. When you give a 5-year-old, you give him an apple, and you put a bunny here, which one is he gonna eat?
Oh, wow. My God. Yeah.
We're all connected, Andres, but we fall into the automatization,
Yeah. Yeah.
into the machine.
You know, that's actually one thing, so we invited you, Oscar, to be a part of this conversation around disruption. And one of the things that we try to push our listeners or our viewers about is this idea about embracing disruption, but we don't want to just leave it and be like, okay, that's it. I think we want to be able, what we call kind of disruption GPS, and kind of give them an idea about how to bring this forward. And one of the things that I love about what you're talking about is, you said what was the word you said?
Automatization.
Automatization. Wow, that's a big word.
It's auto. You're in auto mode.
And I love that, because basically what you're saying, and I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but what I'm hearing you say is that you're right. I mean, it's just in this way that, like, you just kind of walk in the world and it's like, oh, I learned how to eat the rabbit, so I'm going to eat the rabbit, and I just don't really consciously think of it, because even for me, if I go to the grocery store, I know what grocery store I'm going to go to. I mean, I know what I'm going to buy. There's a list that you buy, and you're right. For me, it is very automatic. I have 4 kids. You kind of get. It's a program. It's a program to think about and to create consciousness in your life, because there are so many things that impact all of the decisions. I think that's a really big piece about the GPS that maybe we're trying to kind of bring forward.
No, I agree. But going back to what Andres was saying, I think we are connected to our world. Yeah. We are. Our ancestors were connected to it. Yeah. When you think of native cultures, which we are part of, all of us are, and the way they lived. I'm not saying they were little white angels, by no means. But I think because your life is more simple, you don't really fall for, the Instagram likes. What's kind of shallow, to be honest with you, in my view. And this is something I also like about my company. I think food brings people together. You guys wouldn't be here if we weren't making food.
Yeah.
So I think that's also part of that connection of being connected to your surroundings. I need to go get some food, and I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna prepare with my friends and my family, and that's how you create community. And that's how these bonds are between us, whatever culture you may be.
Yeah, well, and I've seen you do it here. I mean, this is your nice little storefront here.
Yeah.
It's really popular here in the Ravinia district, and people come from all over. And some hardcore vegans come from not only Highland Park, but from very far away.
All over the place.
Right? But you also have a good number of non-vegans who now come and
Yes.
consider this a community. You brought vegans and non-vegans together.
That's the idea. That's
Right.
the idea, Andres. Like I said, it's a philosophy. I think veganism can be interpreted in different ways. I hate to put it this way, but in a way, it's kind of like a religion. And I don't follow any religion. I don't judge. I try not to judge. But some vegans fall into that side, and they tend to be preachy. Like, oh, you shouldn't be wearing that watch.
Yeah.
It has leather.
Yeah.
If you approach people like that, instead of bringing them to the table, you push them
I
away.
agree.
If you want to convert people or at least influence them in some way, the least you can do is be kind to them. Be understanding. That having the assumption that they don't know. But that's why you're here. That's why they're here, because you're gonna give them, like I told you, the seed of consciousness. When it grows, that's up to them, because we can't control what's outside of ourselves.
Well, and I mean, for all of our cultures, because we're all from 3 different cultures.
Yes.
Food is so important. Food brings community.
It did.
I mean, I remember whenever I would have friends over at my house, and my mom would say, I'll just get food. That was the way, did you feed them? Did you feed your friends? And if my friends didn't eat, it was a direct relationship to like, do they not like us? Like, are they not here? Whatever. So what you're doing, and I think to me, it's such an important message, that food is supposed to bring us together, but yet the way that some people have pushed veganism, it has actually gotten us away from community.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, yeah, but I mean, you could find extremes in any.
I agree.
In any,
I
every
agree.
situation.
No, in
Any
every
ideology.
situation. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Right.
Switching tax here, I know that this is a bakery, but you also, I've had your food just like a main meal, and I was fascinated that we had a group of, a network group that came here, and none of them were vegan, but it was a network group that likes going to support different businesses, right? It happened to be a Latino network, and they want to support a Latino-owned business, and you created a menu that was non-bakery. It was more like main dishes.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you saying, we're going to do ceviche, and we're going to do tinga, which is a Mexican dish, and so ceviche obviously is done with fish, and tinga is with chicken. So I said, okay, so you're vegan, how are you going to do ceviche, which by definition in my world, being Peruvian, is fish, and then the tinga by definition is with meat. How are you going to do that? And he goes, watch, right? And then we invited, everybody came, and they came out of support and all that, but with a great deal of skepticism.
Of course, yeah.
And then you introduce, hey, I'm going to make ceviche, I'm going to do tinga, that's going to be equivalent to chicken, and they're like, yeah, okay, right. And then I remember you served everybody, and everybody took their first skeptical bite, and they go, damn, this is ceviche. This is ceviche. This is ceviche.
Wow.
He says, well, it is, but it's not with fish. No, how can that be? And then you serve the tinga, and he says, oh, this is chicken tinga. And he says, well, it's tinga flavored, but it's not chicken.
Wow.
So, and one thing that you taught us was it's not just about ingredients that can substitute that get to the same flavor, but you also talk about texture. You talk about chemistry, but you also talk about
Making
texture.
it,
So
look and
bring
feel.
us into that. How did you make ceviche without fish? How did you make chicken tinga without chicken?
Yeah.
I think as vegans, our best tool is creativity. And because we love plants, we rely on them for our nutrition. We look for different plants. In this case, for tinga, we use jackfruit,
Ooh.
which is known in Asia,
Yeah.
all
Huge
over
in the
Asia.
Philippines. Yeah.
It's a big looking pineapple looking thing. It's gigantic.
Yeah. And it's like it's got that nice texture. It's like a
yes,
stringy.
especially when it's green.
Yeah.
It retains that almost like pork.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's shredded.
Like
Yeah.
pulled
Shreds.
pork,
That's
right?
what I was gonna say.
Shreds.
Yeah.
So
So the
tinga,
texture,
wise, is perfect. And
But it tastes. When do you use that jackfruit? Because like it has to be before it gets sweet. Yeah.
correct. So
Yeah.
that's a great point. So jackfruit has the versatility. When it's green, it doesn't acquire any sweetness.
Wow.
So I buy green jackfruit.
Okay.
But if you buy it mature, it is sweet. And at that point, it wouldn't work for me. So again, we rely on creativity and research.
Wow.
Ceviche, people use different ingredients from cauliflower to soy. In my case, I use palmito, which is parts of
palm
palm.
hearts, yeah, hearts. And that starts to have the texture of a fish?
Yeah, it kind of shreds too.
Yeah.
When you look at a fish, it shreds.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Shred.
Flakes. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, flakes. You just cut it in a certain angle, so it kind of like mimics that.
How do you get the taste though?
Well, that's where the spices come in.
Oh, okay.
And in my case, I use seaweed
Oh.
to,
Well, that kind of
that-
makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
Ceviche,
sense. Yeah, yeah.
seaweed.
yes. It's all about seasoning, really.
Yeah.
We rely on creativity, like I was saying, to recreate those flavors.
But that's what struck me, right? It's not, I always thought, oh, just match the flavor.
Right.
But you can match the flavor, but if it does not
doesn't-
match the consistency, then
I
it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, keep in mind that I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
So trial and error, you constantly practice. This is a lab, where we constantly
Love it.
recreate recipes. This recipe that we're gonna eat right now, the scones, is not the same one that I started with. Recipes continue to evolve, at least in my book, the way I do things.
Yes, they should.
I always keep changing recipes to improve the product, to improve the quality, and to improve the experience. Because like I said, I want people to be able to get out of here with something, whatever that is. A good feeling, I made you smile, you took a seed of consciousness from here, and you're gonna let it grow on its own at your own pace.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, whenever that is. I might not see it, but that's beyond me,
You're not only a baker and a cook, but you're actually an educator, like we demonstrated here.
Yeah.
And you're an innovator and a disruptor. And you've disrupted us on the conversation of diet and the food industry.
Yep.
But what are some lessons to life or to work or family life that you feel that what we've talked about, disrupting, the disruption that veganism can create, the positive disruption, what lessons learned can there be in the broader scheme of things?
The main lesson from my perspective would be to question where things come from. Wow. To question what you eat. How was this made? Who made it? Who grew it? Wow.
Yeah, and I love that because in our work of disruption, that's a great principle. We should question where any idea, framework,
right.
best practice, traditional thinking came from. Because we just kind of do it automatically,
Accept it,
right?
yeah.
You talked about automatically, you just do the food.
Yeah.
Automatically, we just do certain
okay.
norms and protocols, right?
Ding.
Scones are ready.
And scones are ready. And in here, it's like, that's a great principle
It's
to
a
take, right?
great
For disruption,
principle. Yeah.
for disruption GPS.
Yeah, that's a great.
I want to put them
Oh
here
my
because
God.
they're super hot. I don't want them to burn the wood.
Ooh, mine look good. Oh, yours look good too.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for not being competitive, Eloiza.
Ooh, they look so good.
Yeah. Okay, here's some,
Vegan butter.
it says great buttery taste.
I want to taste one because I want to
Judge,
judge.
Okay.
Judge.
Yeah, we
Woo.
can't say it's great. He has to
No,
say.
can we?
The whole time you
The
haven't
whole
stopped being competitive.
These
super
look
warm?
great though.
Yeah.
Yes.
They look great.
Yeah.
Are you gonna sell them? Hold on. Are you gonna sell them?
Of
No,
course.
you're not.
Hey, I gotta make some money.
That's right.
Yes. Come on.
Probably. You guys can take them.
How's the, did we do soft
good?
inside,
How did you-
hard outside?
Well, I haven't opened it yet, but let me check. Perfect. Soft inside, hard outside. Perfect.
How are you guys doing that? It's so hot.
Oh, man, hot.
You get used to it.
Yeah.
After a while, you get used to it.
Okay.
But look at this. Look at this. This is perfect.
Oh.
Perfect?
I'll give you
It has
that.
chocolates inside. It's amazing. Great job.
Oh, these are good.
Oh my gosh, these are so good.
No.
These are really good.
Oh.
Wow.
And remember, no milk,
No
butter,
eggs.
and no eggs.
Honestly, for me, and this is what happened when you and I first met, it was the consciousness. It was just enough to feel like, wait a second, like this is possible. Like I wonder where this did come from, you know? And I think about the way that I'm setting up food for the kids. My kids are really healthy, but you know, we eat, you know, some of it is pretty automatic when you have 4 kids and they're running around and stuff, you know? But I agree with you, Oscar, like you never made me feel, you really did, and none of the people at that fair, nobody made me feel. It was very like, welcome, here's the food, it tastes great.
You know, when you are in the vegan community, in my case, you kind of like curate the people you surround yourself with, and so the people that you saw at the event are people that I really hold dear because of what they do and because they actually believe in what they're doing. In the vegan community as well, you can fall into being into auto mode, or you just fall into doing the same thing over and over again.
Oh.
I think it happens to all of us, you know?
Sure, of course it
Whether
does.
it could be a relationship, you fall into an auto mode, a job.
Oh my gosh,
Right?
tell me about it, yeah.
At that point, I think you have to start questioning, and we go back to the same thing, you know, we question, you know, you have to question. That's my problem, I question everything.
Well, but that was one of the lessons here. We should question everything and ask where did that come from? That
Yep.
belief, that practice,
Yep.
that
The
ingredient.
information, right.
You know?
That's right.
Well, Oscar, thanks for being a disruptor here locally. But
Amazing.
with this podcast, we want to take local disruption and take it farther to the audience that deserves to hear it. And that way, extend your plant seeding.
Oh my gosh, this was amazing. This is my second time having met you, Oscar, and having eaten your food. And to me, it's another way to kind of make me think differently, you know? And again, as I mentioned before, I love the fact that you don't push it on people, that you're just educating, and through that education.
So for those of you that kind of want
Wanna
to check
come here.
out, yeah, come here. This is The Chunky Scone in Highland Park, Illinois. The address is 733 St. John's Avenue, and you can find the website at thechunkyscones.com. And this is Oscar Narváez, a friend,
Thank you, guys.
a baker, a cook, a great human being, and thanks for having us here
Thank you,
today.
Andres,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks for being with us. Thank you.
Adios.